Okay, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me and hopefully the background music works. Welcome to another not planned stream. As you can probably tell by the fact that there was no countdown. Everybody's asleep and I'm here streaming. So, unlike I had planned yesterday, I did not have time to revise the line art here, so I guess I'm gonna do it now. I'm also noticing there's a slight issue here. Let's get rid of this. There you go. Hopefully we can clean this up. Like there are lots of things to clean here. Lots of things to clean up. Let's start. So everyone is having a good Saturday so far. My Saturday's almost finished. It was pretty tiresome. I had to clean up some things at home here. And tomorrow I'm gonna have to watch my 1-year-old daughter most of the day, probably, so it's gonna be another tiresome day. But that's what you get for being a stay-at-home dad. Anyway, fortunately, she's not exceedingly wild when she's just with me, so that is good. Hopefully, it's gonna go smoothly. Look at this, man. I'm really sloppy at this time. I gotta clean up all this mess. Now, this doesn't look like it's connecting. You could stick on one side and thinner on the other. It seems like I have dodged whatever my kids got in the end, because they're out of it. So unless something exceedingly disappointing happens tomorrow, I guess I'm safe. I winged it. Hooray! And despite the continuous sniffles and nose perpetually stuck. But that's the reality of Japan, for me at least, rather than a lot of people, not just me. Today my wife was complaining about the insane amount of chemicals that the food contains here. I was curious about what the soy milk I take contains, because I cannot read it, and it's a little small for Google to pick it up. And so she read it for me, and it was like a bunch of strange things, including strange sugars. I didn't think it would contain that because it's considered the healthier one, one of the healthiest ones, brand-wise. But whatever. Soon enough, we're gonna eat cockroach flour or cricket flour, I guess. So I'm taking the crappy additives in the soy milk versus cockroach. I'm saying cockatrice. Cockroach flour. Any day, really. After this, I might do maybe some inking studies of some Grand Blue monsters, like actual Grand Blue monsters. Not sure yet. What was this? Sloppy lines. This is not good. This is really not good. And I was definitely being very sloppy towards the end. Probably too tired. These are all bad lines. Let me actually add a floating window. I know I wrote Grayscale and I'm still fixing the drawing because I did a terrible job yesterday in the end. I wish I had another time frame during the day to stream a little earlier when I'm not sleepy and sloppy. Truth be told though, it's probably because I'm still a little jet lagged because I was working at this time when I was living here. So, I mean, at least drawing, and I was kind of wakeful. It's just that now I'm definitely not used to doing it anymore. So the tail feathers, or hair, I guess. Hairs. I guess it should be okay. Like maybe let's fade the tip a little bit. Yeah, I can just fade it. This is also pretty bad. But yeah, as I was saying a while ago, I would like to study the calligraphy of Granblue a little better. Look at this, jeez. Sloppy bird. Because I want to kind of understand. So, ideally, I would be able to see a video of someone doing it at full size. Like, there is a video about Granblue people working on some artwork, but it's very small, like pretty bad quality and small because it's like screen picture in picture basically. So I would like to see, on average, like how they handle the inking, like the strokes, because I feel like in general in Japan they have a different type of stroke with regards to inking compared to what we do in the West. And like stuff like this, like I feel like they emphasize thinner lines a lot and line variation a lot, even if it's not necessary, just for the sake of making it look a little more interesting and appealing. Oh man, I'm so thirsty. The drought continues, although hopefully it's gonna rain a little bit tomorrow. I've been moving a lemon tree out of the way today, so I definitely am in a liquids deficit at the moment. The feet are good, but... Okay, there's a problem there. Oh, hello, Casual. Hello. I am okay, I guess. A little dehydrated. But overall, I'm surviving. How are you doing? How are you doing? I'm trying to clean this thing up because yesterday I was very sloppy towards the end. And I didn't get to do it today. Because first I had... this morning, I had the kids first to send to school, and then I had to go grocery shopping. And then when I went grocery shopping, I came back home and I had to remove the Christmas lights that were still hanging outside. I couldn't even finish them all because I was getting tired after all. And clean up some things that were bothering me. So the day went by and I couldn't do chores, like actual chores inside the house, and I couldn't clean up this thing. So I'm gonna do it now. You're good, cool. Hope you're having a good Saturday so far, although it's just starting for you, I guess. Well, it's what, like 1 p.m. See, like these, like this cannot happen. I've never seen that in a Japanese artwork. So I can't keep it. Yeah, 1 p.m. because it's 2 in Italy. So you are 1 hour later in the UK. Look at these. Jesus. Sweet baby Jesus. I don't know. I feel like I should make this larger. Like from here to there. I'm gonna make it larger. This should suffice. Okay, it's not that noticeable probably. I'm just gonna have to fix the fill layer. White though. With white. Since this morning, I've been rewatching Camp Cretaceous, like Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous with my son. Apparently he's really enjoying it now, unlike a year ago, well, a year and a half ago, 2 almost, because he was too small. It's a very nice show, especially the first season. I like it. Oops. Highly recommended. Unfortunately, I tried watching season 4 when I was in Italy, and I did not quite enjoy that one. And I think it was season 4 and 5 that I didn't really like that much. But overall, it's pretty good. It's better than Jurassic World. All of them. I'm not going to consider Dominion, obviously. But first Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom, definitely worse than Camp Cretaceous. I thought the show was alright, yeah. It's not the greatest, but I think it's fairly enjoyable. Certainly, there are certainly some Easter eggs scattered here and there, like when they talk about Hammond and well, I can't say it. It's probably a spoiler for those of you who didn't read the book, because the book and the movie are substantially different. With that, in regards to that. Substantially different. Okay, now it's a little close. A little too close. But I can probably live with this. Yeah, it's almost a tangent, but I'm gonna leave with it. I'm gonna live with it. I'm not gonna change it. The head is good. I don't see any major flaw in the inking of the head. I can probably live with the rest being as it is. So we can start the grayscale. I'm thinking lighting wise, top down, probably. Very generic as always. Oh, I'm gonna turn down the actually turn off the radiator, since today was actually very warm. It was a very warm day. Yesterday was freezing in the morning, like very cold, very cold. And today, you could stay outside with short sleeves, like with a t-shirt. Literally, it was 20 degrees Celsius. So that's how it works around here. It's not supposed to be that warm, honestly. It was a nice day though. Pretty good weather. At least half of the day, then it got covered. A little cloudy. Okay. I think we can go ahead and start. Oh, hello, Samuel. Hello. My day is okay. Today was okay. A little tired as always. I had a lot to do during the afternoon, but I'm okay. How are you doing? Then pretty well. I just got home from work and now I'm just gonna relax. That's cool. Hopefully you have a relaxing weekend. I probably won't. As I was saying a while ago, I have to watch my 1-year-old daughter tomorrow because the wife is working on Sunday too. Working. Air quotes, working. So it's gonna be kind of tiresome. The good thing though is that my daughter is really sensitive to music. So as soon as you start playing something out of YouTube, whatever, she stops being wild. so it's pretty easy to control. The main issue is feeding her. First, because she's still breastfeeding, and second, because when she eats, she's very like she wants to do things on her own volition. So it's not like you can say, oh no, no more of this. She's gonna keep yelling until she gets it, and that's very stressful. So a full day ahead, I guess. A full day ahead. Okay. Oh, no. Just missing. Yeah, I'm probably gonna find more of these as I go around the silhouette. Okay. It's like our cat. Every time I play music, the guy stops flopping around. And you're in Japan currently? Yes, I am. I am in Oita, Japan, in Kyushu. Spent some time with my kids. No, I'm gonna go with this. Maybe not 80. You'll be able to tell I am in Japan because I'm gonna complain a lot about it. As I've been complaining about the horrible dry air. It forces me to not talk, because if I talk, my throat hurts. So, even now, I had nothing until I started talking for the stream. And now, my nose is stuffed and my throat is very painful. And it's been going on for days, so I don't think it's gonna get any better anytime soon. Pretty common around here. I apologize for the clicking you hear. I'm gonna see if I can get a half decent mic that doesn't pick up so many background noises. I honestly never thought you have kids, to be honest. You sound about my age, and that'd be 23. I have 11 years more than that. I am married, yes. I am married. And my wife is Japanese. No worries, it's not too personal. I've complained about things on stream, so it's fine. Also, she's sleeping, so she cannot hear if I badmouth her. I don't think she's gonna watch the VOD later. Yeah, I do not sound like I'm 30. Chase sounds older than me, and he's 30. I'm 34. Almost 34. So yes, I am in southern Japan, the most annoyingly tropical part of Japan. And when I say tropical, I don't mean like, ooh, it's Hawaii or it's Cuba. No, I mean horrible tropical weather in summer. As in, you cannot go out without, you cannot stop moving, you cannot do anything without sweating, basically. Even if you stop moving. So every now and then, I will intersperse, for the audience delight, I'll intersperse the comments on my drawing or painting with complaints. Harsh complaints about the harsh reality people are not aware of that is Japan. I always wanted to know, do you do art as a professional career or is it just a hobby? Also, I'd kill to go to Kyoto, and Kyoto will kill you when you'll be here. So it's both. It was a hobby, and now I also do it as a job. Concept art and illustration for mostly games, even board. I mean, not necessarily video games, but also board games. I'm working on a board game right now. Japan is, so look, it's fine to visit, but when you visit Japan, you're only going to see the things that they want you to see. You're not going to see the cockroach infestations or the fact that there are some people in the back of supermarkets cooking food near trash bins and dumpsters. It's something that you do not normally see when you visit Japan, so you gotta be here for a while to figure out. It's just another country. It's just that the way it's perceived in the West is completely wrong, like 100% wrong. In fact, I was telling this to a Japanese guy that I met the other day at my son's play. He was like, "Oh, well, why are you here? Like, what do you like about Japan?" I'm like, "Hey, you know what? In the past, I did like anime and stuff, but now I'm old." So, I came here for my wife, by the way, because we got married here. Otherwise, I would have never thought of living in Japan. I mean, visiting probably, yes. As everybody else. I had been blue-pilled into thinking Japan is the promised land, but it's really very hard to live here for a foreigner, unless you're in Tokyo. Because the bureaucracy especially is made in a way that's absolutely unfriendly to the foreigner. I probably already mentioned this a couple days ago when it happened, but when I went to the supermarket, grocery store, with my wife and kids, I was paying and she was dealing with the bags, because there are no people that put stuff in the bags here, unlike the US. And so I was paying and she was dealing with the bags, putting stuff in the bags, and the person at the cashier was passing, obviously, stuff on the barcode reader, and then she stopped and she goes to my wife and she's like, "Oh, well, if you buy 4 units of this tofu, it's gonna be like 50 cents more." But I was right in front of her, and I spoke Japanese to her because I can speak Japanese. So it's this kind of thing. Like, if they try to avoid talking to you if they can. Not everybody. In fact, this guy I mentioned a while ago, the Japanese guy, he absolutely wanted to talk with me, and he didn't stop talking to me even when the play started. Very nice guy. His daughter goes to school with my son, and he was really excited about meeting me for some reason, because he never met a foreigner, like ever in his life. So usually though, on average, like the average Japanese person is gonna be extremely racist towards foreigners. It's just the reality of things. When the 99.5% of the population is local, that's what happens. They do not speak English usually, so either use, at least here, but even in Tokyo, I mean, even at the airport, they don't. If you go to the immigration here, they don't speak English at the immigration. So I would totally be okay with seeing the harsh side of Japan. That's just part of the country. I'm interested in the culture and all that. I don't mind the not pretty parts. Yeah, I get that. It's just that most people come here with the illusion that, well, for one thing, I'm a foreigner, I'm gonna be idolatrize, like I'm a god or something. And they do think that, but they mistake contempt for adulation, I'm afraid. And then they think that reality, especially like having a relationship with the Japanese person, is like anime or stuff. It's like, no, man. It's absolutely not even close. It's really hard. Really, 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 really hard. I know some nice people here, but it's not the same thing as back home. It's very alienating. So there are, I would say most people that come here, they get depressed and they end up leaving, the ones that do not commit suicide, because it's extremely depressing, and it's a very isolating society, full of pretty dark things that are not very well known. In fact, there's a lot of Yakuza here, a lot, and they have like business with prostitution or whatnot in the nearby town, because it's like a touristic town, and everybody knows that, but they don't do anything. Like police doesn't do anything. People need to be realistic. Not every foreign person will treat you like a god. They might not even like you. Just because you're in their country doesn't mean they'll worship you. Oh, that's right. Yeah, but see, the point is that in Japan, it might seem like that, because at the beginning, you don't realize social conventions. So when you hear people praise you because you can use chopsticks for the 100th time, then you start being a little annoyed by that. It's like, it's just, it's just a primitive way of handling food. It's not even, a fork is a better tool, hands down. But they use chopsticks here. Okay, so I'm not, I don't want to be praised because I can use a chopstick like that. And the fact that people assume that I'm not able to use chopsticks as if it's something that you need a specific skill for, kind of drives me insane at times, because they do it constantly. I get it, there is nothing malicious in it, but the subtlety behind it is that you're a foreigner, so you're not as good as us at doing some things. And that I know it's not just my misunderstanding, because my wife told me so. That's the actual feeling of the people. So that is kind of annoying. So yeah, it's what people ignore about this country. And the fact that everyone is nice to them is because it is a rule. So they have to be nice to each other, not because they are actually kind. Some of them can actually be pretty nasty, like bad-mouthing and whatnot. And it's a terrible plague in Japanese workplaces. Bad-mouthing and like basically abuse at work, like very, very bad abuse, not sexual abuse, I mean also, but abuse in general. And if you're here, even as a tourist, never, ever, ever, ever go to the police. As a foreigner, do not go to the police. Even if they stole something from you, 99% of the times, like 99 policemen out of 100 are going to cause you trouble. So, like for example, if you are a foreigner and you see a girl, maybe you bump into a girl, and the girl feels annoyed by you, she goes to the police, you can get arrested for 23 days, no questions asked. If you are a foreign girl, a Western girl, and you get raped here, nobody's gonna lift a finger, literally. You hear all these stories every time, so that's the harsh reality of things. That said, on average, it's not a bad place. It's pretty safe, except for when there are earthquakes, obviously. and floods and stormy seasons and tsunamis and landslides. Well, except natural disasters, it's a pretty safe place to live. Although things are kind of changing recently, especially around here. Getting some house break-ins in the area. But yeah, I try to mention these things in an as neutral way as I possibly can. Although, since I have been annoyed by some of these, I tend to get worked up a little at times. But I would just like people to be aware of how things are, because yes, it's a nice country to visit and it's got some nice, interesting, little cute things. But in the end of the day, when you live somewhere, you have to deal with day-to-day life, and that's different. So mainly the cultural aspect, actually. This misconception that Japanese people for some reason are like way smarter than people in the West. We always tend to forget that they cannot read books basically until they are 16, because they cannot read kanji, like all of them, and most of the books are written in kanji they do not know. So while I can read Jules Verne or The Three Musketeers or anything else I want at 6, which is what I did, here they can't. So they have to have simplified language because they cannot understand the everyday language. And some people, like my wife, cannot read a good deal of kanji in any case. So it takes them a while to actually decipher them. People have those images in their head. Sure, Japan is beautiful, but it's as dangerous as every other country in the world. Yes, that's right. You're not really safe in any place in the world. People need to know. That's right. I mean, you can't be 100% safe anywhere. So the idea that Japan is a safe haven is, and that they claim that, like, there are some. I was cringing at a song that I saw about a month ago when I was in Italy. That was like, it was called Japan. No, it was called Tokyo Manga or Manga and Freedom. Like, sure. If there's something that Japan does not have, is freedom. Because it's got many good things, but freedom is not one of them. Unfortunately, it's probably one of the least in the liberal world. Let's say in the not third world. It's probably the least free country, hands down. For example, my son speaks English, but when he will go to school, he won't be able to use English as he uses it at home, because he has to be at the same level as other kids. Otherwise, the teacher is going to get upset with him, and he cannot be better than the teacher because that's disrespectful. So I don't see any freedom in that. They cannot do whatever they want in summer because they have like it's called like I think it's a radio taiso or something like this. Basically, they have to get up at 6 and go working out. Summer, when there is no school, because they have to keep doing something, and they get a shit ton, which is completely useless because they don't really learn anything with this system they have. It's not a system that allows you to learn anything in particular. Anyway, that was very interesting to hear. I have to be on my way. Alright, thanks for the awesome stream, Nemo. Stay awesome, appreciate you. Thank you so much, I appreciate you too. And have a good day. Talk to you next time. We're gonna run for another 20-ish minutes, and then I'm gonna hit the sack. Okay. We didn't do much grayscale, to be honest, but we can start now. Waterframe 3, and we're gonna go with the lightest one. So, oops. Yeah, probably. You know what? I'm gonna remove it. So now B is just a pencil. I prefer that. All right. Oops. And 80-ish. Feet, probably both in the shadow. What do I want to do here? Probably darken the creases. Huh, I just remember I have to reply a comment I got yesterday. Didn't get to do it today. Oh man, I really have to streamline my schedule. It's been completely broken since we came here. So I have to get back on track. Well, usually I'm a person with a very tight schedule. I try to plan everything, even when I play games. But these days I really haven't been able to because of all the bureaucratic stuff I had to do, and then obviously I have to work and also take care of the kids. So it's been a little hard to be proficient and efficient. Mostly efficient. Proficient I can be overall to an acceptable degree at least. Efficient is difficult. It's hard. I'm doing this just to give it a little texture that's gonna hopefully feel like there's a stretching of the membranes of the wings. That's right. Zoom in a little and start adding some detail. Maybe we can finish at least this pass. And tomorrow, I believe, finish the whole Grayscale, hopefully. Although we have the kind of harder part to do with the halftones. This method is a little slow, as you can probably tell, but I kind of like the control that it gives me a little more. That's looking decent. Yeah, the planing, you know what, I'm gonna add just a slight texturing here. I wanna leave this part here, I wanna leave it without shadow and light. So the eye's not going to glow, unlike all of my other monsters. It's going to be a little chicken-ish. I should probably mention that this layer that I do for the midtones, this represents basically the areas that are not hit by light directly, as a group. So, well, if I were to start with the halftones, I would have a bit of a harder time defining the volumes. At least that's what I found happens to me. So I prefer to just know what I'm doing. Like I prefer to have more specific shapes to work with, and I know, okay, this is light and this is shadow. Otherwise, I'm afraid it might become a little bit of like a dirty mix, and there's no clear direction of the light. That could work in some cases, but I'm not that good at handling it, so I would rather do it as if this is a charcoal drawing, basically mapping the shadows and then working from there, pretty much. Light this a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I can probably cheat a little bit here. I'd rather have a little more of the tongue visible than it probably would be. I'm gonna add this little feathering. Oops. Here, I don't know if I wanna. I'm not gonna add a rim light for now. Just for now. Oops. This part is, this wing at least is really good to go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to work on this first pass tomorrow too. This is feeling a little three-dimensional, and I don't want that, obviously, because it's a thin surface. So let's see if I can maybe introduce a little texture that shows what it is. Some kind of plumage, definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this feathering here on the tail because I feel like going following the direction of it. Probably make it a little too flat. Probably a little too flat. Probably way too easy. Okay, let's pretend it's not exactly, lighting is not exactly coming from the top, but kind of. Top, top right. I drank a full cup of water, and that's not a good idea before you sleep. Jesus, just, my throat sorely needed it. Sorely needed it. I cannot believe how dry the area is here. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at this point. Roughly. And then tomorrow hopefully can come back to it. Probably gonna take another, let's see, 4-ish streams to finish. 5 maybe at this pace. It depends on how long I can stream and how tired I am. Because today I was a little less tired than yesterday. Although physically I'm more tired. I didn't work, so I wasn't mentally exhausted. Physical exhaustion is not a problem for me, really. I can go on very long with physical exhaustion, but mental exhaustion is a different thing. Okay, I mean it's still looking pretty decent, even at this unfinished stage. Alright everybody, I'm gonna sign off. Thanks for watching. It was a pleasure. Thanks Samuel and Casual for hopping in chat. We're going back tomorrow, I hope. And until then, you guys have a good weekend. It's Saturday and beginning of Sunday. And I'll see you next time. Take care.